In this video, let's see how we can easily create a roof for this house that we just created. So to do this, what we need to do is we need to install an extension. So I'm going to go into Window and I'm going to go into the extension warehouse. It's like the 3D warehouse where you get 3D objects, but in this case you get extensions, which are basically plugins to SketchUp that help you do things in SketchUp easily. So let's go to Extension Warehouse, and in Extension Warehouse there are so many extensions that you can download, but some of them don't really work that well because they are made by third-party coders and such. Some of them really don't work that well. Some of them you have to pay money to purchase, like these ones where it says free. Obviously you don't have to pay, but some of them, they don't really work that well. So the one that we are going to use is called 1001 Bit Tool. It's a free extension that you can download. This one here you can download and use it for free, and it has several tools that's going to be helpful when you design things. So let's see what it does. So I'm going to select that, just click on it, and where it says install, just scroll down, and where it says install, just click on the button. It's going to ask you, this extension is marked as being not compatible with your operating system or SketchUp version. Proceed anyway. It's okay, just say yes. It's going to give you another warning saying do you trust the author and such. I'm just going to say yes. And once it's installed, it's going to tell you that it's installed for SketchUp to be used. So I'm going to say OK and close this off. And once it's installed, if you right click, it's going to show up at the top of the toolbar, like so. So once you select that, it's going to show up like this. And there are a whole bunch of tools that you can use, but the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a roof for this particular house that we just created. So I'm going to go into the top view first, and I'm going to change the view to parallel projection, and I'm going to roughly create the basic footprint of the roof. And it shouldn't be too complicated because if you make it too complicated, the roof doesn't really work that well. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So this one is one piece of the roof. Oops, sorry. First I'm going to select everything and make it a group first, because I want the roof and the building to be separate. So I'm going to make this roof, make that a group first. Then I'm going to draw my roof sections. Now this one's going to be somewhere like that. I'm just drawing the footprint of the roof very roughly, and then I want another line. I'm just going to create a guide here so that I can draw it accurately, and then I'm gonna draw, oh, I don't think that's needed, sorry, something like that should be fine. And then I'm gonna do something like that for this piece here. Maybe I should move this line here just a tad. So I'm gonna move it using my move tool. There you go. And I'm going to delete this line that was automatically created. So I think that's going to be the footprint of my roof. Let's see if this works. So that's the footprint of the roof. I can move this, move my, oops, sorry. Let's try to move this around. Alright, there you go. Let's just move this to the side for the time being. like so. So I have the roof, the footprint of the roof separate from the building. I'm gonna select the footprint, and I'm just gonna click on this one which says automatically create hip roof from face. There we go. And it's gonna ask us the roof pitch. It's gonna say 30. So 30. And roof overhang is 3 feet. I want a 3 foot overhang. Let's do about 1.5 feet. And then say create hip roof. Let's see what happens. There you go. Automatically creates your roof for you. That was quick. So I can move this on top of my building now, like that. So it should have. Well, maybe I need to go to the top view and just place it. There you go, and just oop. There you go. That looks fine. So that's our roof. Now, if you want a roof structure, you can do that as well. Like if you want to see the roof, the rafters and such, you can create that as well. The roof structure for your house, you can do that as well, which is quite easy. And I mean, I could have probably popped this part out just a tad, so that I created a nice little entrance there. But I think that's fine for this particular project. You can try out things and see how it turns out. If you want the rafter structure, let's copy this. Control and using the move tool, you can copy. So I'm just going to move it over here. There you go. And let's change the camera view to power projection again. It's looking a little bit weird. Alright, there we go. And you can create the roof structure for this as well if you wanted to. Like if you want the exposed rafters or something, you can just do that as well by going to create rafters, joists, and select faces, or you can use this one. I think this does a better job. So let's see what happens. There you go. It's gonna ask you questions about the sizes of the rafters and such. You can say, I'm just gonna leave the default in and just gonna say just create whatever size that's given. Did that one work? Well, I think I need to go inside and create select the actual faces rather than. There you go. Now it's creating. There you go. So that's the roof structure, and easily I can place this underneath the roof if I wanted to add my roof structure as well. There are other useful tools in this 1001-bit tools as well. Like let's say I wanted to draw a window of some sort, I can easily create one using this particular tool here. So let's see. You can create window frame. It's going to say rectangular window frame, number of rows, frame depth, all the information. You can provide that. And if you select a surface that you just created, you can easily create windows using that. There are other tools as well, like staircases. You can use this to create staircases, to create arrays, which is very useful, especially in SketchUp. It's hard to create an array, which means, let's say if you have a column grid, let's say I need a column grid on my design, I can easily do that by creating a three-dimensional 2D array, or just a linear array. So let's do a 2D array. I need to make this a component first, and let's I think that's, there you go, make it a component. There you go. Let's do this, say column, alright, say create, there you go. And it's going to ask me column distance is going to be this, number of rows, let's say 10 feet. Row distance is also 10 feet. And if I say let's do a column 6 by 6 and say build array, I need to provide, I think, there you are. Oop. So there we go, quite easily done. So that's how you create an array.